Okay, so I'm doing a video on the wood stove I put in my camper trailer here. Instead of routing it up through the ceiling and having leaking issues, what I did is just put it through the window here. I cut a piece of steel right here, just cut a hole in it. Didn't really seal it off yet or anything. I still have to do that. But I just kind of wanted to make a little video and give somebody maybe an idea of what they can do with their trailer. Right now I have a fire going in it, or I did. It's kind of died down to coals, but it's keeping it nice and warm in here. I kind of like the fact of having a wood stove because you could always cook on the top here, throw a skillet, heat up water, you know, boil water for coffee, tea, whatever you want to do, cook whatever, and you only need wood in order to heat it. So that's kind of been my goal. If you're up in the mountains camping, or you know, you could always find wood. You can't always get propane. I have one of these heaters here, propane heater, and it works really well, but if you're trying to heat constantly for the winter, it's in my opinion too expensive. It gets too expensive to run it. It's good for emergencies or waking up in the morning and firing it up. I also have the little heater back here. I use that just for like emergencies, but you kind of want to have that as backup, just in case you know, it rains, your firewood is wet, or you wake up in the morning and you know you want to take a shower and you just want to heat it up really quick without a bunch of smoke blowing in your face, or you know, smelling like smoke or whatever it is. You know, you could always have your wood stove as your main heat when you come home at the end of the day, or whether you know, after you wake up, then you can build a little fire and kind of keep it going in here. But it keeps the trailer pretty warm. This is how big my trailer is here. It's not too big. Still work in progress. Still putting the tub in. Got the portable tankless hot water heater. So I still have a lot of work to do. I'll try to keep it updated here, so I can show you guys you know, what kind of area it'll heat up or whatever. This wood stove right here will practically run you out of the trailer because it gets so hot. So I usually build a little fire, kind of let it die down so it's coals, and then maybe throw a little log on there just to keep it going. But it stays pretty warm in here. I put up this concrete board. I don't know if I don't think that's what you call it, but that's what I'm calling it. So it's like a fire protection board, so it makes it so your wall doesn't get hot. It kind of takes a lot of heat for it to pass through here and then end up heating up your wall to the point that it catches on fire or whatever. So I put a piece here, and then I actually put a piece here, and what I did is paint it with some high heat black paint. So that's actually looks a lot better in my opinion than just the gray. So I still need to paint that piece. I cut a little piece down here because that's where the wheel well is, and it goes back underneath the counter. So I didn't want that getting too hot and catching fire or worrying about it or anything like that. So I haven't really finished. I still need to finish cutting that piece and like screwing it up against here. I also have this little piece on top, and I was going to put one down here on the side, but I'm not too worried about that right now. As long as the sides are pretty much staying cool. It's going to get pretty hot, but I'm not really having a you know, a big fire going here. So right now I'm just using the wood stove to kind of finish working in here, and just to kind of pretty much warm it up to the point where I can it's bearable enough to work. I threw in some LED lights underneath here, underneath that cabinet here, and I also did the one in the back. This is the bedroom, so I also threw LED light bar there. I got those at Walmart, and it was actually, I think it was about $30 for all three lights, and it lights it up pretty good in here. I've got more light through here. I actually like that light a little bit more just because it's more of a white light. This is kind of like a colored light, and that's the light that it kind of is like the main light. You can switch colors to it and all kinds of ridiculous stuff. Not like I'm having like a strobe party in here or having a rave party. But I mainly just use it for that light, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's a little blue, and you know, sometimes it's alright. Sometimes I'd rather almost just have the white light. It kind of looks a little bit better in my opinion. But anyway, getting back to the stove, I'll kind of update a little bit more work on the stove. I'll finish painting the concrete, finish sealing in here. I didn't support anything up here on the outside. What I was going to do is probably put a strap here and strap it against the roof just in case, you know, a big wind comes up. But it's been pretty windy out here and it hasn't budged at all. I mean, that hole was practically holding it up, and I just kind of screwed it against the side here. I still need a weather strip around through there too, just to make sure that no rain or snow gets through here, but I still have a lot of work to do. Any of you guys know it kind of takes a while if you're by yourself working on everything. So and it's also I kind of made it convenient so you can just take the pipe down when you're ready to roll away. Take all the pipe off, maybe, you know, shove it here on the side just to store it. I'm probably also going to bolt it down right here. It's got like an angle iron here, and I don't know if you can see the other side. It's got about the same thing. I kind of need to redo the stand, I'm sorry, just because it's not really level, and I just want to weld a new one and just, you know, get it to the point where I am not worried about it anymore. So yeah, anyway, I'll end up bolting it down so that way when you're driving you don't have to worry about it sliding around or anything like that. You can just kind of get to wherever you're going, throw your pipe back in through the hole, or open your window. That's all I did right here, is just open up the window and just have that piece of flat steel or sheet metal, or it was like a shelf that I actually used that I cut up. Hey, you gotta use what you gotta use, and with the supplies that you got, you know what I mean? So that's what I did with that. And like I said, once you get to your campsite or wherever you're going, you can just throw it back up in there, get your screw gun and put up your strap here going, you know, up against the side or to the roof or something like that, just in case you get a high wind and you're kind of worried about it, that piece falling off or whatever it might be. I mean, you have a fire going, you don't really want to take any risk while that's going. So anyway, I'll keep you updated. I'll probably send another video out on the stove, and I'll probably keep sending more videos on the trailer. And right now I've just got a countertop here. It's all a work in progress. I've kind of just had to do what I had to do in order to make it so it's somewhat livable, but I'm still trying to work on it so that way I can actually live in this thing for as long as I need to. I got a little fridge here. Nothing really in there except some bagels and some iced coffee. But yeah, I've got a microwave here. I plan on bringing that up here and throwing a shelf in here so that way I can have the microwave inside here. I was gonna try to stick it in here. There just isn't enough room, so I might end up just getting another microwave that's smaller. That one's like an old school, big old heavy, outdated thing. So right here I'm gonna end up putting my my stove so I can cook. Actually, I'm thinking about just buying a griddle so I can stick right here. You can do so many things on as far as cooking on a griddle. So but anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing so far. Right now I have issues trying to hook this up right now because trying to get water supply to it, and my water pump, the part that actually pushes the water and spins it around, and the little rubber pieces ended up deteriorating, so I have to I'm gonna order a little kit for that and replace that, hook that back up, and see if I can't get that tankless hot water heater to work. Yeah, once I do that, then I can finish the tub in here, the shower, get a sink here, and maybe a toilet right here. I'm kind of just working on it as I go, so more ideas pop into my head the more I work. So I'll probably update as many videos as I can, just in case anybody wants to kind of get some ideas on what to do with their trailer, or you know, how to heat it, how to you know, get your shower going and good stuff like that. So anyway, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you for watching.